want a hole in the boards anyway, even if I do decide to go with hooks to hang them, because the board, when you go to take the pelt off, sometimes, especially the otters, they can be really tough to take off sometimes. If you have a hole in the board, you could put a nail on the wall somewhere and you just hook on that, and it gives you more pull, and then you don't have to really reef on the pelt as much. So it's a good little tip for you there. I've seen somebody else doing it. I was like, oh geez, that's slick. Especially when you get to these little guys here, you don't want to really pull out, like my little mink there, you don't want to pull on them too hard, or martin or whatever, because they're like paper, right? Beavers, let's talk about this stretcher before I get out there and get going. If you want to see a beaver drive fast, again, like I say, time is of the essence to get the furs out to auction. Is the longer it takes you to get them onto the board, the longer it's going to take to dry, because you're looking at a couple of weeks for it to really dry. I don't remember my drying times. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to research it again, but you know, where it's safe to pull things off the boards. I'm gonna see what everybody else is doing. I used to know, again, but it's been you know, a couple of years since I've been doing this, but you can see you know, there's you know, not bad for a guy who's like really piss poorly set up and getting into it late. So there's 4 otters, 1 mink, 1 raccoon, very fresh, and 1 fresh beaver. So that's not bad. There's a bit of money there. So theoretically, if I'm just going with the rock bottom prices, we'll say roughly about 25 a beaver, probably about $6 for the raccoon, and probably $6 for the mink, and probably 25 for the beaver at rock bottom prices. However, I'm in the great land of Canadistan, and up here our furs tend to, especially like that raccoon is not going to be a rock bottom raccoon. There's, except for the bite marks on the butt, there's really no, and it's underneath where the fur isn't really graded. That's a pretty prime raccoon, so he might get, I don't want to say $40, but potentially. That mink is prime. I don't want to say that mink's going to get me top dollars, but anywhere probably about $25-30 is a potential. But I'd say it's probably going to be somewhere in the teens, maybe like $15 or something. But just my hunch, just because of, you know, the tail or whatever. The otters, I think each otter is probably going to average probably around 60. So I think one's probably, my hunch is this one's going to go for 100 plus. Just because this one, if it wasn't damaged, that one's probably going to go for about 50 or 60 or maybe 40 because of the damage. Otherwise, it would probably go for about 85, 100. That guy's going to, because he's small, he's probably the most prime, but because he's small, he's probably going to go for around 80. Just 60 to 80. 60 to 80 for sure. This one, probably 40 to 60 because that's the early one, right? So that's my guess, just going by averages of what I got before. This is going to be $100 beaver. If, as long as there's no blood stains, you know, and it's really puffed out, really, because it's probably an extra large. It looks like we're going to get a storm the way that sun looks. Holy jeez, there's a, is that a hawk? There's a big ass hawk there. I don't think the camera could pick him up there, but flying in front of the sun. That's cool. Would have made a nice picture. So I got my beaver blitzkrieg Kana bears with me. I won't be setting them today, but I just want to drop them off. I was going to just bring 2, but I decided to take the lazy man's load. I think it was a bad idea. That's nice. That's all winter rescue. Oh my god, these guys are heavy enough. I don't like my hands there, but they're not in the traps. But and these freaking pine poles or spruce poles, they're the worst for ripping up your clothing. Ah, right down my back, right down my back. We talked about this. I thought we made peace. We didn't. Okay, so anyway, I'm on a hot trail of, I'm assuming that's a fox track. He's walking right on my trail. Oh, now he's gone in there. Nope, oh, he's still here. It's fairly fresh. So I've got my fox urine. That right on my footsteps. So whenever you hear, oops, I don't want to put too much. Just lure them in. Whenever you hear that, you know, like avoid your smell and stuff like that, that's true around the traps. But you can see what happens when they get used to your smell. They're not afraid to use your trail. That was a tricky thing to get past. Almost lost one of my baits. Ooh, yeah, don't want to do that. Okay, lazy man's load. Note to self. Next time, just take 2. Everything's looking good. Gonna get those out today. My raccoon. I'm gonna say he's frozen. It was minus 25. Well, it's minus 25 there now. And that is a really frozen beaver. I was going to get this flesh today. I hope I didn't damage it. The way it was hanging, all good. It was just on the meat. That's pressed chip on there. Hopefully I didn't lose any. It was like frozen to the wall. I didn't think it was going to get that cold last night. That's a frozen beaver, my friends. I will show you quickly what I did. I'll put that like that so it doesn't get all slimy. I'm gonna have to get that done today. Get that hung up. I definitely don't want to damage that beaver pelt because that's like my. It's a double XL, borderline triple XL. I'm hoping that I will be able to get it into the triple XL mark. I made my first beaver board last night, so to speak, as my sizer, and we'll go on that a bit more. I got to get these figured out today. So here we go. There's 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring, 4 ring, 5 ring, 6 ring. Someday life is going to get easy for me. I don't like you. Power's out. It's minus 20. Got my dog going crazy here. And I'm going to have to get the generator going. So minus 20, that's obviously... I went out to grab the small generator. It's nowhere to be found. So I had to bring this big pig. There's no gas or nothing in it. I just got to let it warm up. You went out? I'm going to let it warm up so that it'll be in a couple of hours be able to start it. Okay, this strap is still here. Why? Well, first let's look up the fire. See how it's doing. Gotta get the house nice and warmed up again. Looking good, looking good. Getting some wood in. Well, it's not in because it's not finished. Why is it not finished, you asked? Well, note the drill bits. Let's note them. Drill bits noted. So why are the drill bits noted and that's not finished? Well, let's go have a look. My beaver stretchers. Here's my beaver. It's a big beaver. Oh, still a bit frozen, but it's dry now anyway. So the good news is tomorrow for sure. Look at all the blood that's still coming out of it. I can't believe that. And why are these still in here? Why aren't they outside hanging up? Because I couldn't drill them. Why couldn't I drill them? Was it because my drill didn't work? No. So you notice my face? This is my power was off and minus 25 for 4 freaking hours face. Not very pretty, is it? Mm-mm. Yeah, power is off for 4 hours. And I guess they're just finishing up on the hydro lines there because of all the ice and the ice storm. And the power came back on, so I gotta warm the house back up. What I was gonna do was run that little fan. Oh, it's nice right here. Oh, this is where I'm sleeping if the power goes out again. Nice warm there. I was gonna get that all done. Let that thaw out. I still got my CRV plugged in. I'm gonna leave it in plugged in all night because I need to use it tomorrow because I got a little job. But I'm not gonna open the door, but you can tell that the temperature, as soon as that sun starts going down a bit there. We're almost at the equinox too. This is the 19th. 2 more days. We are basically the first day of winter. I got my beaver, and I made a hell of a mess with that raccoon the last time. I should clean up a little bit better. Make myself clean up a little bit better next time. I just gotta get off the beaver. That raccoon was really messy. Raccoons are always messy. So my beaver pelt is finally dry. It is now minus 12. It's about 12:15. See how my first beaver skinning in a while. See how fast I can get him done. I'm gonna try my new magic tool. See how well this thing works. But I got a dry beaver. Nice, beautiful beaver pelt. Very heavy. I'm gonna start off with the leg. I'll start off right there. I'll see if I can start with this thing. If I can use this thing, that'd be great. I don't think I'll be that lucky, but oh hell no. I don't think this is gonna. No, this is gonna be a job. Oh, okay. The eye socket? I think I'm in the eye socket. Oh no, the eye socket's up here. Hang on. I want to make the eye socket bigger, but put one there. One there. That'll hold them. Just hold them in place for like 2 seconds. Cause it's like try to get it done and it's falling down on you. That's sliding around. There, just like that. Now I go right from the head right down. This is what I want. Just be very careful. Gotta get everything flat in here. I mean, it's coming. It's just slow, right? Got all this here. Right behind the head. Everything starts pretty much, the grading starts from back of the ears. And it's very, very dense stuff here, so see where the trap whacked them. Here's my mink. I got my other outside, my other otters outside. This guy's, hopefully I'll get him done today. He's just thawing out, and he's just about done. Oh, those holes. Who puts holes? I'll when I get more memory freed up, I'll talk more about the beaver pelt. And it is a daunting task if that's a first animal you catch. I just want to show you the beaver blitzkrieg. Basically, entrance poles are done. This one. I just wanted to show you how it works. I'll do a better, I probably won't be able to do it till after I've done my beaver blitzkrieg. I'll do a better document on this when I have time. There's the beaver board on the outside. But I'm getting there. So these, finally, after 6 hours and 15 minutes of time put into this darn beaver, my 62-pound beaver is done. Not the best fleshing job I've ever done. Could have probably done a little bit better there, but it was kind of freezing up. Okay, just a quick note. Why did it take me so long? Well, here's the thing. Do them when they're fresh. It's a lot easier. I'm not going to leave it in here for very much longer. I have one problem left to deal with, and that is basically I'm going to freeze it. It's all fleshed. I'm going to freeze it overnight because it's going to be cold. Fold it up properly, freeze it overnight, and when I'm going to board it tomorrow. I could board it now, but the problem I have is my edges. One thing is when you're drawing the knife on it, you pull the grease right to the edge, and it kind of wets the pelt a little bit. It kind of like saturates the pelt. It's not soaked or anything. It'll dry overnight. I don't want to dry it indoors, obviously, because it'll start to set the but the fleshing's good on it. I'll talk about it more when I got more memory left on the camera, and when I've got it on the board, and then I can point out some of the boo-boos I made. Watch the nipples. This is a female. And I got one hole up there. But that tool, that scraping tool, I need to master that a bit better because it really worked well around the legs. But today is the shortest day of the year. It's about 3 o'clock. The sun's almost on the horizon. First day of winter, technically. And I just thought I'd kind of get you some of this bliss. I'm just going to check my traps really quick. Finished up my beaver, just got to put them on the board. I got to get some beaver blitzkrieg going tomorrow. That's the goal. Oh, looks like something's going on over there. And I don't see anything hanging out over here, so I'm just going to check this first. And then, yeah. I shouldn't be walking there because that's where the mink and marten are going to go. I'll be topping up my baits this week, and what? Nothing went in there. I gotta be fixing that one up really good. All right. Ow. I got a chunk of ice in my friggin' whiskers. Does that hurt? Don't pull. Note to self: don't pull off ice off your whiskers when there's ice chunklets on there. So, very winter-esque. Walking in the winter wonderland. There's a tree. I guess my uncle just cut down a tree. My cousin brought out a snowmobile, so my trail's getting nice and packed down. That's good. Okay, nice day. Oh, look at these beaver blitzkrieg trap poles. How am I going to carry them? I'm a little wired today, guys. Well, I actually got wire around me. But this is the last of my beaver blitzkrieg stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll just carry them like this. Sorry I wasn't able to kind of film how I made these. They're pretty straightforward. It's basically one cross piece, drilled a hole through all the poles and just kind of wired the cross piece for the trap to set on. The 2 feet will sit in the mud in front of the entrance, and then you kind of cross the poles over the trap after it is set in place. We're just going to come out to a nice picturesque view. I think my camera might be too low. I can never tell if the camera's too high or too low. But anyway, these aren't as hard to carry as the other ones. But I only got 2 of them with me, and I only got the one trap in there, so it's not so bad. I don't like that trap facing me, but other than that, it's not fully set, so I don't have to worry. There we go, nice picturesque. There's a track. It looks like this man was about 500 pounds, and he had 2 skis and dragging his butt with a grader on the back. We'll follow him this way. All right. Anyway, yeah, so my cousin had his snowmobile out. The road ferries have come by again. It's very, very nice right now. It's very mild. Considering it was minus 25 like 2 days ago. Like, it's going to be one of those. Today's going to be a good beaver blitzkrieg day. That's what these are. These are the last of the beaver blitzkrieg traps. Unless I can get that 6th trap fixed. I did have 8 conibears, 330 conibears. I think a couple of 280s. I think they got stolen on. They must have gotten stolen on me because I'm thinking. Like I try to. Like I looked at some of my old photos when I first got into trapping again, and I had 8 full brand new shiny conibears, and now I only have 6. And I had, I think, 4 280s. So somebody must have stolen them, or I forgot where I put them. But I'm like, for the life of me, where would I have forgotten them? The snow is melting. It's melting. That's kind of nice. Oh, look. Somebody just left a whole bunch of snares in the bush for me to take. But first, before me handles me snares, me handles me spruce tree. Always keep wiping your hands, especially with these gloves. These gloves smell so bad. Probably should have other gloves. You should have about like a different set of gloves for every task you do, right? But I'm on a budget this year. But these have been out here for probably about a month now. Shameful, I know. Should have had this done. And look at that, all that snow and ice, and the snares are still good to go. I'll give them I'll take 2. I'll just purchase 2, please. If I don't re-snare myself. Hang on. I guess I don't really need my knife. Put my knife there. I'll take this snare. Is it this snare? Yeah. This is the snare I've been looking for. I think it was this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So I was looking for that snare. I was looking for this snare because I think the snare's already disconnected from the rest of the group. So, what am I doing? I'm hiding in the bushes. Why? Because I feel like it. But also, while I'm here, I'm setting up a snare. So, yeah, maybe I'll take this out of the... Take this out of the doodadder thingy. How's my screen looking? Sorry, I got a drop on my screen. Alright, so here's what I got. I don't know if you guys can see it. Starting right there, you could see I got my little wire up here. It's just enough to hold the loop, or not. Okay, I just lost my loop. But that's an old... No, it's not the best loop. I don't like that, but I got another wire here holding up the loop. And I got 2 natural guides right here, so I don't want to touch those with my hands. But anyway, yeah, the point of this loop was hold up like this. Okay. Not to wire it in, just to hold the form. I'm just going to put a stick here or a stick here, a piece of spruce bough, and then that branch right there, I'm going to just snip it. I got it chained up there. I wanted to get up 6 feet, but it just, because the snare had to come out so far. But here's run number 1. So I shouldn't be touching this with my hands. Note to self, never touch the snare with your hands. So you can see this is what I got going on here. Just to hold it there, it's a very light wire. It just hooks up to about here. And the idea is the hole's just about 18-inch-ish. So he's going to come in running through here. He's going to obviously lift his heads over that. I'm going to put something here like a stick, make just a natural guide for him. Grab my gloves. And to be really sneaky and deceitful, is I'm going to grab some of this. Okay. And, well, where'd it go? Anyway. Gonna brush that away as I'm going. So when they come in, I'm gonna have another. Oh, look, another snare. I might as well set that one too. I'm gonna have some bait in there. Obviously, there, and then go around to the other side. I was gonna put a snare here, but I don't think I'm going to. I know they'll probably use it, but one will run on this trail, one will run on that trail. I'm hoping there. So this is my baiting area. All right, so I got my second snare up today. My other snare's over there. So it's going to come through here. I'm going to bait all in here. I might put a third snare there. There's a nice little spot. And then, of course, I got to do one more last thing here. Then move on to the beaver blitzkrieg. And that is... well, I got a few more things to do here. Is to... it's a little bit high, but yeah, it should work. It should work. If they come in this way or come in that way, I'm going to have bait like just kind of rubbed on the trees all over the place here as lures. And what I want to do is find my 2 little doodadders. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Squish them on. Hopefully that'll hold them. I got 2 on there, so that should hold them. Finally got all my traps back where they need to be. Gonna grab the axe. I'm gonna scale the beaver house. Maybe I can go around this way, I don't know. Probably shouldn't, but I tried. Something was running here last night. I just want to see the ice. Alright. It's a bit mild today. I'm definitely not going out that far, but right to the edge here. Get up onto the beaver house. Now, my assumptions are entrance is somewhere around there and there. So I'm just going to find out where the ice begins in the beaver house head. Ooh, that's probably ice right there. Oh yeah. Nothing bad could happen. So, that's still beaver house area. Through the ice, sort of. About foot and a bit there. Oh, feeling around. Feeling forward in the entrance. If I'm not already in the entrance. I don't know if I think I'm gonna have to try another tool. If you have a piece of PVC hose, not the ABS, but the stuff you use for, say, like your well that curves, you know, that you put it on a big roll, you put it down the well, that PVC piping or hose piping, whatever you want to call it. It's rigid enough that it's like a hard plastic, but it's not straight like an ABS. And if you go like that, it'll find the entrance every time. Little trick. Knock, knock. Come on, guys. Where's the door? All right. I don't know if I found one, I think I did. My gloves are soaked. I should grab my other gloves. I always forget to grab my other gloves. So there's the side of the house. And then that's got to be it right there. So, alrighty. So at least that was close anyway. It took a little longer than I thought, but yeah. So I think I'm standing right over the entrance, right about here.